Hello. My original plan for this episode didn't work out very well. So instead I decided we're going to go on a little adventure. I've been putting my sugarcane farm to good use and trading with this guy. And we have unlocked the Trial Explorer map. So I'm going to buy that. And it's very close by the looks of it. So I'll gather up some supplies and then we're going to go do a little trial chamber. So I've got my map, I've got some torches, my ender chest has quite a lot of shulker boxes in it, and also an ominous bottle, which I can use to get the upgraded loot. So while I wander over here, I would just like to do an explanation and an apology for how long this video has taken to come out. So if you're not interested in listening to that, feel free to skip ahead to the next chapter where I'll actually be tackling the trial chamber. So quite a few weeks ago now, I was quite sick with the coldy flu thing and it really affected my voice. So I was coughing a lot, I sounded terrible, but I still wanted to try and record a video. So I made an ice farm all the way over there by our snowy village, and I recorded all of the footage without any sort of audio over the top, and I figured I'd just add that in editing and it would all be fine. But what I've realised is I find it really difficult to edit videos if I'm not talking over the top, because, you know, I like the chat for whoever comes along and listens to this, and I'll just go off on little tangents occasionally, or, you know, something funny will happen and I'll make a joke in the moment. But with my footage already recorded, I didn't have any of that, and I got about 7 minutes of the episode done, like recording voiceover of what I was doing and, you know, explaining the farm. But it just didn't have a lot of life to it, and it was taking me ages and ages to actually do it for a start. But also I just didn't feel like it was going to be a very fun thing to watch, because, you know, I assume if you're watching my video it's because, I don't know, you're having fun with me wandering around making my world. So, you know, I assume nobody's really interested in the intricacies of an ice farm, and if you were, then you could just go and watch the original. Oh, there's a mine shaft down there. Yeah, you could go and watch the original video and find out about the actual mechanics and things like that. And of course, by that point, I had put quite a few hours into trying to edit this, and it's like, well, do I just keep going and, you know, hope it turns out all right? But I think it really wasn't the quality that I want for my videos. So I figured it would be better just to go and do... Oh, hello, zombie. Do something... Completely put me off my train of thought. Lost my map pointer because I'm underground, but we should hopefully be able to see it in this big old cave. Anyway, okay, so yeah, I thought it would be better to record something fun that I can get edited, rather than keep plugging away at something which was, you know, taking a lot longer than I expected, and also that I wasn't convinced was going to be entertaining at the end of it. Because, you know, the whole point of my videos is that I want people to enjoy watching them. I don't want you to be slogging through it just because it's something I've uploaded. So I've learnt a valuable lesson about my editing preferences, and I'd like to say that this will be the longest gap in my videos, but I can't make any promises. I'll just say I hope I won't have a long gap like that again. What I should have done is, when I was upstairs, made a note of the coordinates where it was showing on the map, because then I'd know if I was going wildly off base. I just didn't realise, oh, I'm back on the map again. Was I just being silly earlier, not being able to see that? I will have to recheck the footage and add in editing if I was just being silly. What I should do down here is take a night vision potion, because then I will be able to see much more easily and spot if there's any tough bricks that would indicate the trial chamber is upon us, or we are upon the trial chamber, as it were, which is in my potions chest. Okay. Oh! Yep, that was worth doing, wasn't it? Although I've lost my way down because I was tapping around with my potions and all the water disappeared. So let's see if we can do water bucket clutch. No, we can't, but as usual, Feather Falling 4 saved me. Okay, so we have found the side of the trial chamber, and let's just... Ooh, diamonds. Getting distracted again. This is what happens when I come in caves. Can't be trusted. So yeah, you can see from the torch I put down that I did get very close to this, but just not close enough to actually see the bricks and realise that we're on top of the trial chamber. So I've worked my way down to the side of the trial chamber. I think these places do actually have a proper entrance, but I don't know where that would be. So I'm just going to break into the side, but first I'm going to place a bed down so that I can set my spawn here. Hopefully I'm not going to die, but you know, you can never be too careful. And whilst I am very close to my base, as I've learnt before, timers aren't always on my side for recovering stuff. So I want to have as quick a route back as possible. Okay, so if you... Ooh, I've never been in one of these rooms before. They look quite deadly. So if you've never been in a trial chamber before, they have these little spawners, which will spawn a set number of mobs, and then once you've killed them, it will spawn some loot for you. And they spawn mobs if they have line of sight for you, which is why those ones at the top aren't currently active. There's different types of mobs in here, so obviously these two are skeleton spawners, and I don't know what types those ones up there are going to be, but it will keep spinning until it's released all these mobs that it's got in it, and then I think it takes half an hour to reset. Yeah, okay, so this spawner's done, and I've got a little key which I can maybe use up there? I don't know. There are different levels of keys. So if I use the... Oh, shoot each other, that's fine. If I'd use the If I'd use the ominous bottle, I should block. That'd be useful. Then I would be getting tougher mobs out of these, and it would give me a better level of key, which has a chance for chucking out better loot. And the keys aren't guaranteed from these. It's a chance. So you can get some absolute junk from these. I think they're designed to be done... Yeah, see, we just got bread from that one. I think they're designed to be done at a lower gear level than I have now. But they've still got some decent loot if you get lucky enough. Actually, yeah, I might just steal all these dispensers at some point. I'm not going to do all the looting. Well, I'm not going to do any tearing down. But as you can see, there's a lot of the tough bricks. There's a chunk of copper here. And like these oxidized copper trapdoors will be really handy, because you can't easily make them in that state. You always have to wait for them to age. So at some point I will come back here and tear this down, which I feel a bit bad about. But it shouldn't be so useful if it didn't want to be ripped apart and reused later on. Okay, yeah, let's get more spawns. Let's actually get out of here. Oh. Another thing that's interesting about the trial chambers is they do scale based on the number of players that you have. So if this was on a server and I had more people with me, then there would actually be more mobs coming out of these spawners. But because this is a solo world, it's pretty simple. And I've got a more manageable amount of mobs. I should keep an eye on my health, because it would be very embarrassing to die to a normal spawner at the level of gear that I've got. So this one up here needs the ominous key, which I don't have yet because I haven't drunk my potion. Because I'd like to clear it first, and then I can do it on the harder level once I know the layout and what mobs I'm going to have spawning from where. The interesting thing about these is you can only use them once. So I stick my key in, and this is now locked for me forever. I will never get loot from that again. If somebody else came onto my world, they would be able to use it. But that was my chance to get loot from that, and as you can see, it wasn't overly exciting for where I'm at now. Yeah, I think there's some enchanting books. You can get wind charges, which I did actually want some of those. Did we have another thingy down here? Yeah, but I don't know if that's the right level one again. Oh, it has. Yeah, okay, so it only lights up when you get close to it. Okay, another ominous bottle and some emeralds and a crossbow. Yeah, we're going to get quite a bit of junk, I feel, out of this. Okay, so now that I'm in this place, I'm hoping that everything is going to be easy to navigate. I won't have to break through any walls and stuff. Hello, slime. I wish I'd known about you a little while ago when I was building my slime farm and needed to get some... Ooh, slime balls, don't get knocked off. That would be silly. So you can actually turn these spawners into farms if you want to. They will just need some time to regenerate. So if I hadn't have already built my one... Ooh, this is a whole corridor of slime by the looks of it. Then it probably would have been worth turning this into a slime farm, because you can get going with very few materials for it. You just need to, you know, block off a little killing chamber. I'll focus on getting the spawners down, and then, yeah, I'll worry about smashing through all the pots and chests and stuff. Right, I was going to mark my route back. I don't get lost. Oh, wait, was this my route back? I've just marked something completely useless. Yeah, I think I have. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Now I'm all turned around. Wasn't expecting two of them. Yeah, it's kind of easy to get a bit turned around in these places, especially if you've got no sense of direction like me. Okay, this is one that I haven't been in before because this is stocking out mobs, so I haven't already cleared this one before. I think the mobs are random, but I could be wrong about that because we've had two of these sides with all skeletons in them. So maybe it does depend on the type of room that you're in as to which mob spawners you get in them. I do have a couple of golden apples on me if things go terribly wrong and I miscalculate how much I can take at one point in time. I think I should be alright as long as I keep an eye on my health and remember to eat up when it gets slow and remember to actually block every now and again. Okay, so we've got another trial key. Some wind charges, yeah. Those will come in handy at some point, I'm sure. See who we've got down here. Yeah, you fight amongst yourselves, that's fine. Don't you mind me. I did just have a thought, though, while I'm looting all these different types of arrows. It would be quite fun if Minecraft had some sort of quiver. Ooh, got a new armor trim. Because otherwise inventory issues are going to be really bad. But they put these different types of arrows in the game, but they're not really used by anyone. Not that I know of, anyway, other than you, if you're hunting for an achievement, which is a bit of a shame. So I was thinking it would be quite interesting if they made it so that maybe different mobs were vulnerable to different damage types. So, like, you could poison the Ender Dragon and make it lose health faster or something like that. That can be a spider spawner? Yes, hello. At least it's not a cage spider spawner. These little guys are a bit mean and hard to hit. Pretty string though. So yeah, if you had some sort of quiver so that you could take all these different types of arrows out and about with you and use them in the real world. Oh, a blaze. Blades? No. I've forgotten what these are called. Breeze! There we go. That's the right word. They're a little elemental dudes. Anyway. Oh, yeah, so they can activate redstone things with their wind charges, and they've just activated probably a trapdoor up there which has let all the water out. And then they shoot at you and fly off somewhere. So they can be a bit annoying to kill. But they do drop those breeze rods, which you can... I think there's something you can craft from them, which I can't remember off the top of my head. But you can also craft the wind charges using them. Okay, what have we done here? Okay, they've activated that, which has flooded everything. Where's the skeleton hiding? Okay, yeah, there's only a few of those breezes per spawner because they are a little bit tougher than your average Minecraft mob. Ouch. Where are you? Oh! Blending in with the walls. Okay, I've put my bags in some sort of order. The problem with the way I'm doing this at the moment is I am just being quite a bit slow, really, if I'm being honest, which means I am slightly worried that these spawners are going to reset by the time I get back around to them. But parkour. That doesn't happen. So I might end up fighting some of these more than once, but if I do, I'll probably just cut that out. Ooh, golden apple. And another shield. Don't need to make any shields for a while, I feel. Ooh, fall off. Right, I'm worried about hitting my head on that. Okay, did it. I'm the parkour master. There's a little reset chamber. That's interesting. There's not a way out there though, is there? No. Okay. Oh yeah, this is just flooded. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, this way and hope I don't get lost. I'm totally gonna get lost. Another slime spawner. So yeah, this could have been turned into a pretty decent slime farm with very few materials. Don't need to worry about going to the nether to make the potions that I'm using on my allies. I can hear... sounds like a skeleton. It is a skeleton. Cool, in fact. Right, use that shield. We've got plenty of replacement ones. Oh, hello. Sneaking up on me. It's just a spawner up here? Not a spawner, a loot thing. Okay. I think I'm going to explore off the corridor first, and then I will go down that direction. Oops. Shortcut. Ooh, golden apple and some diamonds. Not going to complain about that. I don't think I really need the efficiency book, but who knows, maybe it'll be useful. Add it to my library, just in case. This is my problem. I'm a hoarder. You never know when something might be useful. So I just hang on to everything in case it is, and rarely ever is. I don't think normal mobs can spawn in this place. I think it is always just the spawners. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Which means that this would be quite a nice place to build a base in once you cleared it out, because you could block off the spawners so that they're not summoning any monsters. And then you've just got a whole load of space where you're not going to have mobs spawn. And it's, you know, pre-built into different rooms and stuff. Let's head back this way. And then I can take the other path. Oh! Okay. There's a reason for those angry noises. Which I will explain once I've finished taking these skeletons out. Or while I'm taking these skeletons out, maybe. So, I built an ice farm, which is the footage that I was meant to be turning into an episode, but decided was too tricky. The reason that I did that was I wanted to... Oh, I can't escape now. Yeah, I wanted something to do while I farmed powdered snow from cauldrons. Okay, they're fighting amongst themselves. That's fine. Because there isn't any naturally generated powdered snow in my world due to the world border and things being slightly corrupted in my world. So I was out over the frozen river building my ice farm, waiting for it to snow so that I could fill up some cauldrons and get some powdered snow, because what I really wanted to do was build a frog-like farm. And I completely forgot about this room in Trial Chambers. And I found one of these before, so I did know that they existed. I just completely forgot that they were a thing. I could have come in here with my little buckets, cleared out the Trial Chamber for a bit of loot, and scooped up all of this powdered snow, which is way more than I need. And I just didn't think about it. Oh well. This really is Galosaurus learning to be smarter with what I'm doing in my series. You mine. This is a game of mining and crafting. Oops. We mine and we watch where our feet are going, so that we don't fall into the void. You're gonna egg someone. Not very polite. Right, can I make that? Yeah. Oh, hello. Oops. Probably should have eaten before coming up here. I didn't realise that my health was low or that there was a spawner in this corner. I will definitely need to be more on the ball when it comes to the ominous version of it. I think this might be all of the trial chamber explored, because we've been all the way down that corridor. Okay. Yeah, that's reset. We've been taking our sweet time too long. An interesting little bug there. Okay. Yeah, we went down there. I just want to double check that there isn't anything that I've missed in here. I'm pretty sure this water is just for funsies. Oh! There is a little thing down there as well, when we've got our ominous heaves going. So there might be some places that I've missed that maybe you need to knock through a wall to get to or something, but I'm going to call this done and make my way out. Ow. This slime will leave me alone. So I'm going to nip out of the trial chamber, and what I'm going to do is once again sort my inventory out, and then I'm going to pop one of those ominous bottles and come back in and do it on the harder mode. And I will probably do that one as just a quick montage, because I've been sort of talking my way all through this, and other than the mobs being trickier, where actually is the way out? I don't think it's on this level. What am I doing? So yeah, I need to shield. Right. I was blocking that. Run. Don't die. Okay, right. Let's hide and eat, because that's a bit lower than I would really like for my health there. So, let me pull these arrows out of myself, put my stuff away, and then we'll go back in and do the hard version. Okay, there's a quick hold the phone on the break, because I just realised that I've looted a sharpness 5 book from one of the caches in there, and I actually have sharpness 4 on my sword at the moment, so that is actually an upgrade, and I've got plenty of XP, so I'm going to see if I've got a anvil hiding in my ender chest, which I do. Very nice. Take you back out. So now I've got a nice little upgrade on my sword from that. So things are going to get a little bit trickier now. So I'm fully healed up. I've got my spare shields in my inventory. I'm going to drink this bottle. And then these will turn into ominous spawners, as you can see by the blue flame. And it seems like we've still got some of the old mobs there. The new ones are the ones wearing the armour, and helpfully working on taking each other out. I do like skeletons for that reason. They're very quick to anger. Sounded like it was going to take off then. Okay, somebody triggered a... Oh, I forgot this does that. So yeah, because it's ominous, it does actually throw out various potion effects and fireballs. So again, it's just, you know, something that makes things a bit harder. And I think... I can't remember exactly all of the effects, but I think one of them might be the infested effect. So we could end up being splashed, and then every time we take damage we're going to spawn a silverfish, and that impacts the mobs as well. So every time... Ooh, we're poisoned. They take damage. Right, let's equip that. Let's eat a golden apple, because I'm feeling a little bit low on health, if I'm honest. So yeah, we've got potion effects and fireballs and all sorts of stuff going off. And then these guys are wearing their armour. I think this effect stops once the spawner has been defeated, hopefully. I should have brought some milk with me, I'm feeling. Get rid of this poison effect. At least the poison doesn't seem to last too long from that. Oh, look at all these arrows around. Right, something's still throwing out fire charges at me. So, yeah, you can see this is definitely a bit more chaotic than the normal mode. So let's find one of these special... yeah. I've forgotten what they're called, but I'm going to call them caches. So yeah, let's make our way up there and then see if we get lucky with any loot from this thing. Probably not. But we can always hope. Ooh. Oh! So yeah, we've got a nice diamond block there, and we've also got the creator music disc, which is... I can't make a mace out of it, but that is still pretty cool. I do like those sort of collectible things. So these spawners can be all sorts of things. This dungeon is actually a little bit... Well, I don't know how unusual it is, but in my experience you tend to get a lot more types of mobs here. So we've just got skeletons, breezes, and one spider spawner. But I have seen cave spiders and zombies and baby zombies is the worst. Can you imagine if this corridor was full of baby zombie spawners? That would be absolutely awful. I would be pillaring up and hiding in a hole, I think, if that was my option. So I think I've got quite lucky having slimes up here, because they're pretty easy to deal with. How long do we have? Okay, 8 minutes left on the bad omens. I might need to pop another one, because I'm not the quickest player. I'm never gonna win a speedrun competition. Right, I need to go and clear these guys up, because nothing's gonna stop while they're all having a party down here. Oh, yeah, I forgot that you can actually tell what sort of spawner it is by the sort of blocks that are around it. I don't know what everything means, but obviously the moss is indicating that it's a slime spawner. So I'm going to clear out all of these slimes and then do a little bit more inventory management. That is definitely one of the trials in the trial chamber, is looting everything. Okay, that's triggered the spiders, so maybe I will just deal with these guys first. I think I'm not in line of sight of the breeze spawner, so I should be good. I'm slightly worried about the breezes. I don't know how hard they're going to hit. I'm being shot with the breeze things, but I think that is just the effect from the spawner. I don't think I've got a breeze that spawned yet, but I could be wrong. Where's that spider hiding? Okay, it's probably stuck up a wall somewhere, so I'm gonna carry on up here, as that spawner seems to have been stopped. So I guess it's still gonna chuck out its defences at me. Okay, let's see what we get from this. Emerald, 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 and a chestplate. That is not really what I was hoping for, but a lot of the stuff that you get in this place is not very useful. I mean, it might be a bit more useful if I was doing it at a level appropriate place, but then it would also be a lot trickier, and I'd be much more likely to wipe. Okay, I have a breeze spawned. That looks like I'm still going to get... Or I either do have another spider out, or I'm going to get another spider out. Oh, hello. Maybe it's you. I'm also feeling like I should have removed this water while I had the chance. I do have a water bucket, so I could just go and remove that as an issue, because that's going to make everything a lot trickier if I leave this where it is. Okay, I've got the skeletons in that corner as well, so I don't really want to trigger them, but I don't think I'm going to have a choice, because this guy just runs around wherever it wants to. Oh, okay, one dead. And I've got skellies, okay. Ooh. Okay, let's try and get some of these skeletons out of the way. I dread to think what my armour would be like if I didn't have mending on it. Oh, sorry, don't let me stop you if you're busy. I try to avoid some of those potion effects. Right. Oh, okay, you're joining me on the stairs, are you? Right, I shan't try and hunt you down then. I don't know if I've got... I can hear the breeze, I think. And that's still very much active. Okay, that's how it's triggering. It's got the buttons down here that the wind charge is hitting. Okay, I've got a... Be up there, right. Stop jumping around. Nope, we've got one more. Yep, there you are. But I don't know if these ones are actually a tougher version of the mob, or if it maybe just spawns more of them. Oops. Yeah, they're kind of annoying to fight because they do just jump around a lot. Okay, yeah, it's definitely feel like we're getting more breezes out of that. Okay, my ominous potion has run out. I don't think that's going to be an issue because we've already triggered these two using it and killed the mobs. Right, do our parkour again. And then I can make it over to that cache over there. And see if we get lucky. Another music disc. Wind charges. Yep, another creator music disc. In case I want to play it on repeat. Oh yeah, there's a snow pit with the skeletons. Okay. Hopefully we should be able to do both of these with the one bottle. But yeah, we'll start off with the slimes again, nice and easy. Yeah, I think there's fewer spawners on this level anyway. Oop. It's a little flying slime. Oh dear. That's not good, buddy. Ow. That's silly. That was entirely my fault. Where did I get a skeleton from? Oh, from here. Okay, so the ice... This one down here is a skeleton spawner, not a slime spawner. Ow. Can't tell if it's because I'm triggering that trap or if it's these skeletons that are shooting arrows at me. Either way, I'm not overly enjoying it. With the added silverfish issue as well. Don't even have the decency to drop any loot for me. Okay, that's concerning. I appear to have been really lagging out there. What is that? Oh, okay. Quite interesting. I didn't realise it like flew about. I might have to just leave that one and then hope I find it later. It seems to be a bit bugged out. I mean, I've got, I think, more keys than remain. Oh, was that a skeleton noise? Yeah, I think I've... Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Right, that's popped up. Yeah, I think I've got more keys than I've got ominous treasure caches. Because there's one up here and there's one in the room with all the skeletons. Okay, got a new armor trim. The flow armor trim. I'm going to have to remember to copy those before I try testing anything out, because I don't want to lose my loot. So I'm going to go back up here and then find the snow room again, whilst I've got my bad omens buff. And then I can take all of those out. And I know for sure that there's a cache in there. So I can use my key on that one. So I need to be a little bit careful in here, because there's a lot of skeletons and obviously the snow is going to make things tricky as well. I think I might have some non-ominous skeletons that have spawned here as well. Because these ones don't look like they're wearing armour. All of them. Right. Hide. Oops. Someone's got knocked back on their bow. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not hitting overly hard. Oh! Another potion scared me. But it is definitely annoying with this snow to have them knocking me backwards into it. Okay. Oh, freezing to death. Let's stop that. Right, I don't know... Oh, weaving. So if I died, I would spawn cobwebs. I think there was another skeleton spawner in the corner. Oops. Oh, don't fall in the snow again. Take the long way around. I mean, I could just break that block, but I cleared a little space. Okay, did we have another skeleton spawner in here is the question. I think if we did, it would have been over in the corner. Wasn't it? Yeah, right here. I was like, I'm sure there was another one, and I'm sure it snuck up on me. Oh, wind charge. Okay, yeah, this place is good for fighting the skeletons, but not so much for dealing with various potion effects. Oh, I think a skeleton's fallen off. Do we join him? I mean, the good thing about this is I don't take full damage if I land on the snow. So that's quite handy. There should be a cache down here. Oh. Yeah, let's not stand in the snow while we loot this, because I think I would start to freeze. That did not look overly... Oh, okay. I don't have many of those, and I don't think I've ever taken them out with me, so not too bad to have another enchanted golden apple. Okay, I'm going to do a quick run to that other area just to see if there is another big treasure cache that I can put my final key in. But if not, then this can just be a little decoration at my base until I find another trial chamber. So that room with the staircases didn't have a cache in it, but I did remember that while we were swimming, we saw one. So this is my final key going in. And oh, that's really good. I don't know if we only need one of these. Why did that not open up a... So the heavy cores you can use to make the mace. I don't know why it didn't pop up with a crafting recipe unlock. But yeah, that's really good. I don't know if I need more than one core to make it, but at least it's a start. So even if I do need more, then at least I am a little bit closer to getting that. Okay, where's that skeleton? Or is it, maybe it's reset. Okay. Maybe it's been more than 20 minutes in here. It's a possibility. As I said, I am kind of slow at these things. Right, I guess we are doing one more for luck. And I will get my key. Well, I might get a key. I might get a potato. Either way, let's stick it on the wall in my base as a reminder of our time here. I don't really want to proc all of these. Okay, it's only that top one that's ominous because my patience just run out. I need to keep an eye on my health. We've got a bit of steak. Okay, there's our final memento from the trial chamber. And of course we've got a creeper come to say hello. Wouldn't be one of my episodes without creepers dropping in. Sometimes literally. At least I'm a lot better geared now, so one creeper explosion won't actually lead to my demise. Do another arrow-filled first-person view. Third person. Oh, ah! Doesn't work while I'm being attacked by zombies. So, once again, I'm sorry about how long this episode has taken to get out. I did have the best of intentions, but what I tried didn't work. So, sometimes if something's not working, instead of pushing through and trying to make it work, you just need to go in a different direction. And I'm feeling much happier about this episode. I think it's a lot more interesting to watch than what you would have got with the ice farm. And I hope you've enjoyed this. Hopefully I can get back to a bit more of a normal publishing schedule for my videos. But thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. Ah!